What's going on, guys? Compounds over 10 back again for another video here on the channel, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Modded. You can first of all see that I've done a lot. I went around with the builder's wand and flattened this land out a little bit just so we can build more farms in future, and maybe like a mob grinder tower or something like that, because we're gonna want it. This is also, by the way, a mob grinder which spawns, if I can break in it, with the skeletons. It requires these things to be able to spawn it, at which point I've got apples in there at the moment because they count towards living force. So that's fine, and obviously we're getting tons of apples from our farm, so that's all well and dandy. I might even set up a network thing here to just constantly pump that stuff in. But today, well, actually, another thing that you've noticed is, you might have noticed, is that I now have the axe of the wyvern and the bow of the wyvern in my inventory. I changed the axe of the wyvern because I can have this instead of having a axe and a lumber axe. This will just do everything I need it to in one anyway. If I just hold right click on it, it'll take up the entire tree. And the bow of the wyvern is just because I can't be asked to make a Tinker's Construct bow because I don't really know about them all that much. So I'm not, I'm just being lazy essentially. So let's go chuck that stuff in it. But you might be like, why get a bow now? Why right this second? Well, because we are about to go do something. That's right, I'm going to go fight the Ender Dragon because I've put it off as long as I can for Kieran to be able to do this with us, but he's gone missing and Reese doesn't really care anymore. So I'm just going to go in, kill the Ender Dragon real quick because we need Dragon Hearts. Now, we should get a Dragon Heart from killing the Ender Dragon this first time, at which point we need to keep killing it either by using Minecraft's version of resurrecting the dragon or using Draconic Evolution's version of getting the dragon. Also, there are something called a Chaos Guardian, I believe, probably in the end generation after the Ender Dragon is destroyed or killed. And basically, they are another dragon, but they're a lot harder than the Ender Dragon. And apparently, they're almost impossible to kill without full Draconic armor. We've got Wyvern armor, so if we see one, we might not want to tangle with it right away. Also, by the way, if you can't tell from me having Frostwalker 2 on my boots, you can put enchantments on these. I do want to get Depth Strider on it as well. You can craft them in a Thermic Expansion machine, so I'll get Depth Strider on them eventually as well. But we put Infinity on the bow because, you know, you like having the bow. So let's stop rambling and jump in. Obviously, I've already been to the end before, as I've told you, because we went to go get Ender Lilies. And we had to farm Ender Pearls. But now we are here for the real deal. So let us do this. It's just really easy. Break. This is a bit too easy. This is what happens when you get Ender Game armor probably pretty quickly, to be fair. Well, we just hit the Ender Dragon by using his crystals against him. You love to see it. You love to see it. You love to see it. I gotta be careful because my shield is taking a little bit of damage right now. I'm curious to see how much damage this does to him. Because, what's the arrow base damage? 2. I don't know if that's good or not, so. I wonder if I can still create my own arrows and have this bow fire them, even though it's not Tinker's Construct, I wonder. Slowly getting there. I didn't bring any glass bottles because I'm not worried about really getting his breath. There's probably a mod. There's probably something used for it via the mod. I can't use those on him when he's in this. Just gonna keep wheeling on him with my sword. I don't want to be in the portal when he dies. Oh, come on, you big bastard. Dead. Too easy, boys. Too easy. But when so it'll do the you know, the standard animation here. It's gonna kill. We're gonna get tons of experience for it, which is handy dandy. Let's put that in my like offhand or something. So at least this. I should have had something in my inventory. Did you see that? It was like a red beam of light or something that went over there. But experience aside, we did indeed, let's put that back in our offhand, we did in fact get a dragon heart, which is great. So this allows us to do the awakened draconium blocks, which are used to get draconic injectors, which we're going to need if we want to get draconic armor. I think that's pretty much everything. Like, you use it to get those. So we need another couple of these at least. So we're probably going to have to kill the dragon 1 or 2 more times to be able to get enough draconium draconium blocks to be able to do what we want. Oh, sorry, sir. Did I anger you? I apologize. I didn't mean to look at you. I also didn't bring like a. Do I have anything on me that will do it? No, I didn't bring like a. I didn't bring like a piston or anything to get the dragon egg, because the dragon egg is apparently pretty handy as well. So I'm gonna go grab a piston, come back here, get the egg, and then we can talk about exploring over there. Okay guys, so we're back a little bit later, and well, as you can imagine, I did a little bit back at the base. I'll show you that later, but as far as I'm aware, did I not grab an arrow? I didn't. Okay, let me go grab one more arrow real quick. Okay, we got our arrow. We're all good. Boom. We're not in that part of it yet, are we? God damn it. Okay, come here. You piss off. You did this yourself. Oh, thank you for the interval, that will help. I'm assuming a lot more of these will be around, but for right now, that's all we need. Boom! We are oh. Well, that's extremely convenient. Not that I don't think this really gives anything extra in this mod pack. Portal. Just do that real quick so we know that this is the portal. Again, I haven't really been here much in regular game nor modded, so I don't know what's going to be added, what's not going to be added, but I'm just going to explore, and if I find anything interesting, I'll come back to you guys, I suppose. I think, even though I've been told or I've read that they're impossible to do, I think I'm looking for a chaotic guardian. Okay. So I found another end city, but I also found this. It kind of looks like a meteor. It's surrounded in obsidian, not skystone, so I don't think it's an applied energistics one. So I suppose the only thing we can do is just try digging down and seeing if there's anything inside. Like, this could just be, for some reason, build gen, but we'll see. Okay, so I dug straight through it, and there was nothing. So I don't know what this is. I'm gonna. It's a good source of obsidian, but there's nothing here towards the end of it either. As I don't know where. Like, there's draconium ore everywhere. My jetpack is out of power as well. Well, it's getting there anyway. So I'm just gonna mark it meteor and save it in case I need to come back at all. But as far as I can tell, it's literally just a ball of obsidian. Okay, guys, so I am back from my end expeditions. Unfortunately, I did not find one, like outright. I did find, however, how to find the Chaos Guardian, and did a little bit more research on it by watching videos and looking at the wiki. So, you know when I said that the only way to kill it was wearing draconic armor with full upgrades? Yeah, that might be true, because it can kill you in creative mode. It can one-hit you in Wyvern, like without any upgrades. But they spawn in the end every coordinate that's divisible by 10. So like YY 10,000 or 10,000 maybe 10,000 10,000. I don't know. I don't really know what's divisible by 10,000. So, but you get the idea. So I could go and find one, but I'm too scared to. So we're gonna stick to resurrecting the dragon because it's a lot easier. So essentially, since Minecraft like 1.9, you can respawn the dragon by building end crystals, which are nether stars surrounded by glass panes and a ghast tear, which is easy enough. And again, I need to go get ghast tears. You can also, if we go to Draconic, there is a block here that respawns when it's put together with other blocks. I can't remember what it's called. We need this, the Charged Draconian block, which is a Draconian block charged in an energetic infuser. We also need this. So like this, no, it's not a disintegrator receptacle. It's one of these, but I can't remember what it's called. Looking down, I really cannot see it. Right, okay, yeah. So it appears that the resurrection stone, at least it's not here. Like we don't have it in here. So we'll be going through the regular Minecraft way of doing it for dragon hearts. So I'm gonna have to farm a lot more of those over there, which will be interesting. But that'll be for another time, because I'm not in the mood for that or now, to be honest. Like farming with the skeletons again. Even though it's pretty easy. Oh no. I'll fix that in a second. But as you can see, I'm really tired at the moment, so I'm not ending an episode. I'm just going to end my recording session for right now. Let's just do this now, otherwise I'll forget. I'm going to end the recording session for right now, and when I come back, probably tomorrow, we'll work on the other half of automation, like I said we were going to. It shouldn't take all that long. We'll work on that. We've did a little bit of end exploration. It hasn't been all that much, so I'll probably edit all this clips together as well, see how long the episode is, so I know roughly how long to go for on this. But if it ends up running being longer, I don't know. But for right now, I shall catch you guys with the power of editing like in a minute. You know, I wasn't gonna wear a hat today, but then woke up and my hair is even more out of control today than it is any other day. And would you also believe that this is 24 hours after the last part of the episode? I know, man. It's mad. Basically, the reason it's 24 hours later is just because a lot of sleep happened, essentially. A lot of sleep happened, and preparation happened. Like, if we go in here, we've got 2 with the skeleton skulls left, because we currently have 3 nether stars. I'm currently just bulking up on them as much as possible. We are very, very good for a lot of this stuff. I'm probably going to have to do another... Oh, we've already got a detector. That's nice. We want an exporter as well. Oh, look at that. And bin? No. Can. do we have a trash can? We do indeed have a trash can. After that, all we need is cable. We're gonna need a flint. I'm gonna have to figure out something what I want to do with all this. We're actually storing. Are we full? We're actually storing up a lot of. Ore. For some reason. I don't really know why this isn't auto outputting. I'll figure that out in a bit because there's things I want to do today. Also, we have elevators now, and we have like a little decking, so when I'm out here, I can just nice and easily fly over into our handy dandy base right there on the second floor. I'm harvesting these because we'll need these for like a future episode, and you'll also see that I finally figured out how to get the slime trees to grow. They indeed had to be on top of slimy dirt, which I had some in the storage system. See how much easier that is? Like boom, in straight, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I'll set this up off camera and be back. Okay, boom. So just like that, these are now up and running. I found out it was because essentially it tells you that only ores can be processed. If I take it out, only ores can be processed, and obviously pulverized stuff don't count as an ore. So that's why they weren't smelting. We went ahead and added our flint export over here, so we are fastly losing flint, which is really good. For this stuff, I don't know what to do. I might have to set up auto crafters. Not like actual auto, not like our crafters over here, but like actual auto crafter, like so when we're over a certain amount of this item, turn it into blocks. Might have to do that. What else did I do off camera? I made a new backpack. I made a gold backpack instead of the guy I'm holding. It seems to be working a little bit better. And we also have an extra 256k drive in here, which we're going to need another one. I also taught a bunch of things, so we can actually, if we wanted to, we could actually craft a 256k storage right off the bat, as far as I'm aware. I'm pretty sure all these here were last time, but maybe not. Painting machine is pretty cool. It's what I figured out how we could make diorite fences. I should have made those diorite walls, really, if anything. Diorite walls and slabs like that. You know, I might do that really quick. Do I have any walls? We do. Diorite. We need one piece of diorite. Basically, what all you do is do that, and then that should paint the walls, and we'll replace those. But like as I did say, we're going to be working on the more undesirable side of automation today. Or at least for the rest of this episode. So, we have a new room, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we have a new room. And no, it's not the same as above, because we need more room, essentially. So, we have a 9x9 internal, which is 11 by 11 on the outside, maybe? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so it's 11 outside, 10 by 10 on the inside. And this is what I went with. So, we have plenty of room for our automation. Okay, so I had to do a lot of single player testing to try and figure this out in my own head. Like, I knew it was possible, but I wasn't entirely sure of how to do it. But now I know. So, one of the things that I keep not getting enough of, and that I would like to be able to just craft on demand, is Enderium. Now, Enderium can either be done in the alloy furnace or the smelting furnace, as we know, but it can also be made in the induction smelter by using Enderium Blend. And Enderium Blend is used by pulverized platinum, 3 pulverized lead, and a bucket of resonant ender. So, just thinking what I'm going to need as well is we're going to need an exporter. How many buckets do we have? We have 2. I'm going to let's craft. Let's craft 32. So I'll have 32 buckets. I need 1 on me. Is that exporter now done as well? It is. Sweet. did not want you chuck you over there. So we are going to have that's a pulverizer. I wanted my fluid transposer. These are just basic. I'll upgrade them eventually when I can make resonant ender on demand. So we want a magma crucible and fluid transposer, very similar to what we've got upstairs. I'll keep those upstairs for personal use if I need them, mainly for experience probably, but the aim is to hopefully have these do everything that I need them to. So magma crucible needs to be able to input from the top, output to the side, which is what it's want, and then we want this to input from the side and the top. So that way it will get fluid from there, and it will also get bucket from here. We want it to export specifically bucket, which is fine, and then we want it to output whatever's made from that bucket to the back. So that is what color? Red, is it? I think it's red that we want. So we'll go with red. And this one doesn't need to input on the back at all. So what we can do with the magma crucible is by putting a crafter on top of it. Let's get my crescent hammer out because I'm going to need it. Crescent hammer, we want you to specifically read into that. So if we go back, I might need to get a pattern thing. So if we go back up here, what we want to tell it is, so we got ender pills, but we've also got res. We've got a bunch of this stuff which I can go mine forever in the end as well. So what I'm going to tell it is 4 of this. It annoys me. OCD. Is that 4 of this equals? Oh wait, can I do that? Then I want to get rid of. I need a resonant ender bucket. God damn it. Okay then. Let's just quickly do this then. Resonant. We need 4 of that. Chuck it into magma crucible. Then goes into here. And then we want a bucket. There we go. Simple as. So let's clear that again. Let's get that resonant stuff. So we want to tell it again that 4 resonant clath rate equals 1 bucket of resonant ender, and you'll see how that works in a second. So what we're going to do is put that recipe in our magma crucible. So when we request for right now a bucket of enderium, it's going to send 4 of that resonant stuff into here, which is then going to pass over into here and fill up a bucket, because the buckets are going to be continuously filled, and then we are going to import that bucket back into the system. Make sense? Hopefully it does. Now, obviously, we also need a pulverizer, because if you remember enderium, if we take a look at the enderium blend, it's pulverized lead and pulverized platinum. Obviously, we're not going to have ores, because that's all getting automatically done. That's obviously getting automatically done upstairs. So what we want to do is essentially do another one of these. So let's for right now, let's get rid of all these so I can just think about it. So let's go up here. Can I tell it? So we want processing, yeah. So say pulverized. Let's say we're not going to need all of them. So for instance, we need lead. So we want to tell it that in the pulverizer, 1 lead ingot equals 1 pulverized lead. And we also want it for silver as well. Is it silver? No, it's platinum, isn't it? Platinum. So we also want to tell it in the pulverizer, 1 part platinum ingot equals 1 pulverized platinum. Simple as. So then if we go into, do we have a lot of platinum now? We have 60 and we got 25 more of it as well anyway. So what we can do is go back down here, grab another one of our crafters, put that on. Make sure that it's facing the pulverizer. Come on, there you go. Put this in, put those in there. So every time that we request Enderium Blend, it's going to make the bucket, make the adequate amount of dust that we have, and then what we're going to want to do is we go back up here. We're going to get Enderium Blend. This is a direct one, and you don't want Ore Dictionary on. There's a lot of the time you want Ore Dictionary on. For this one, do not do it. I learned the hard way in my single player test world. Does not work for whatever reason. You can have a million Resonant Ender buckets in your system, it will not recognize it. So make sure that Ore Dictionary is off for this one, and boom, now you've got Enderium Blend. And then what we also want to do is do processing. I think this one will be fine for Ore Dictionary. We want it induction smelter. So sand plus Enderium Blend equals Enderium Ingot. That's what we handy dandy want. We also need to teach it how to make sand. So what I want to do is sand, and we know from experience, pulverizer, if you pulverize gravel, that's cobblestone. If you pulverize gravel, you get 1 sand. So we want to tell it, I suppose, we'll just do it manually then, because we don't want to tell it that it gets, damn, we really don't have a lot of gravel, do we? Mad. Good thing we got a lot of sand. So we want to tell it that 1 gravel equals 1 sand in the pulverizer, and that's all well and good. So what recipes do we have right now? We have Enderium Blend. Okay, hold on a sec. No, we want to go back into this one. We want Enderium Ingot. I don't have. Do I have an Enderium Ingot? I don't. Lead. It's fine though. Hold on. Blend. If I do that, I should be able to make some. We can go ahead and put it in our resonant. Our induction smelter with some sand. Hold on. I'm sorry, I apologize for like rambling all over the place. I'm just trying to remember how I did stuff. No. There we go. Just trying to remember how I did stuff in it. So what we want to tell it then is Enderium. Now I need more Enderium Blend. God damn it. Resonant. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can go back in there. Bucket. There we go. Boom. So then we can tell it 1 Enderium Blend equals 1 Enderium Ingot. So we want like that, 1 and 1. We don't want the slag in it because it's not guaranteed. It doesn't make a difference as far as I'm aware, but it's just something to be aware of. So over here in this side we need the Enderium Blend one because that's just a regular thingy-mabob. Down here is the furnace. This will also get moved downstairs. Oh wait, no, this is going to go into an induction smelter, isn't it? So that's fine. Okay, damn, I messed it up again. So yeah, I'm trying to rush around, get it all done, but we want sand as well, like that. Where's the Enderium Ingot? That goes in there. Boom. So 1 sand plus that. So we're gonna need an induction. Did I teach it how to make an induction smelter induction? I did not. So let's teach it how to do an induction smelter. Induction smelter, sand, Invagia. I believe everything for that should be craftable. So we want to go ahead and put our patterns back in. Grab that real quick. I do apologize, this segment's really long, I know. Although I don't think it matters, like I'm explaining stuff anyway. So now we can go ahead and get an induction smelter. Let's craft. I didn't teach you how to do Invar gears. Invar gear. We have Invar, right? Yeah. Okay, so Invar, because that Invar will be another thing I have to teach the induction smelter. That's fine. So it now knows how to make induction Invar gears as well. Boom. Now we can go back up here. Induction smelter. Boom. That will craft. Don't know how quickly it's going to go. That's fine. So that's going to go in there. This one can go in the pulverizer as well. So again, it's saying that 1 gravel equals 1 sand. Now the induction smelter should be done as well. I'm trying to think if I'm going to want 2 pulverizers. For right now, I think it's fine. Yeah, I'll put the induction smelter there so I can have a second pulverizer there if I want to. We can do another crafter. That's fine. Point it downwards. Went past it. There we go. So this tile tells it to we want that. We don't want it inputting from anything else. Don't want it outputting from the side. We want it output everything to the back. At which point we're going to want another importer. I'm tempted to move this wire one back, but you see how all this is coming together. So what we'll be able to do is the same process we have for Resonant Ender, we'll be able to do for a redstone bucket, which is used for Signalium, which is also needed for the Resonant upgrade kits and everything like that. We can teach this, that one piece of gold and 1 piece of silver makes Electrum, and iron and tin. Iron and nickel make Invar. So we can teach it all this stuff and then be able to auto-craft it upstairs. So what I'm going to do is finish connecting this stuff off camera and then come back with the final product. Okay, so quick update on what has happened. So first of all, I've switched over the magma crucible and the fluid transposer here. This is currently doing the redstone because we now have this green big tank of liquid experience, which is getting fed any solidified experience I have into here, and then it's getting directly fed right back into the fluid transposer. So this is our Blizz powder production essentially for the resonant. So when I craft it, or when I craft Blizz powder, it will send snowballs into here, and they'll slowly, very slowly at the moment, because what I'm currently crafting is a bunch of resonant stuff, so that way I can speed them all up as quickly as possible. It will send the 2 snowballs here. This 2 snowballs will get filled with experience, turn into Blizz powder as needed, and then this one is just for the bucket as usual. It's just I kind of need this constant here, and I think it looks cool over there. I'm gonna put the lava tank from above here eventually, and then that way I can have more thermal dynamos upstairs, or magma dynamos as well for power generation. But we are also going to have another form of power generation over on this wall, I do believe, or one of these 2 walls, which we'll get into soon. So that's crafting that currently. I'm going to leave these resonant upgrade kits or conversion kits craft, and then after that, after these are crafted, I'm going to move the 2 redstone furnaces I have from upstairs down to here as well. Probably craft like another another pulverizer just to go along there, because we will eventually need one. I do think so, because like we could do 1 cobblestone equals 1 gravel, considering we're quite low on gravel. So actually, yeah, let's do that right now actually. So 1 cobblestone equals 1 gravel, just in case we ever need it. Boom, 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 and then we can get gravel, and then we can get sand as well. So we can make sand by making gravel, and so forth. So like I said, I'm going to leave these resonant upgrade kits or conversion kits go, and then we'll be back. And just like that, guys, we have everything is fully upgraded in terms of resonant and speed, which is handy dandy great. Obviously, we'll have our 2 redstone furnaces here. This is what these are 4. I think I overcalculated on how many augments I need, but that is fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. We'll move those redstone furnaces down at a later date. Now that it's all crafted, I'll probably just do it off camera again because I say you don't need to see it do. So yeah, I think that will wrap it up for about this episode. Now, you may be thinking, obviously we're going to need experience for this. We shouldn't have to actually craft too many more of these, but we might need bliss powder for stuff in the future. So ideally we want to get this filled. So how are we going to do that? Well, that might be a problem for the next episode, or at least maybe the episode after that. The next thing that I 100% know I'm doing, just even though we've made all these crafters, is we're improving this. So if you thought this was the only way of crafting, it is not. It's an easier way of crafting, or it's a cheaper, kind of cheaper way of crafting, but it's not necessarily needed. So first thing that we do next episode is upgrade this, which will be nice and handy dandy. And then I'm going, I don't know, I'll decide what I want to do after that, because that shouldn't take all that long. It's going to take some resources, but it shouldn't take all that long. But yeah, I think that, again, like I said, wraps up for this episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!